every day we have been chanting this Panchanga. So I thought I would try to explain some of the key essence of this Panchanga today. What is Panchanga? Panchanga. Just like we have Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali, Ashtanga, 8 limbs. So similarly, Panchanga, there are 5 limbs. So what are these 5 limbs? Tithi, Vara, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga and Karana. So there are 5 limbs in this Panchanga. So let us look at the calendar, Western calendar and the Eastern calendar. Today we have the April 5th, 2024. What is that year 2024? When did we start counting this number? How did you get this 2024? This is after the death of Jesus. That's called AD, after death. That's it. So 2024 AD. Before Christ's birth, they got BC. 2000 BC, probably 900 BC, like that we see. That's before Christ. That's how it is done. But whereas in our country, we start counting from the end of one yuga. At the end of the Dwapara Yuga, we have the Kali Yuga. So we start with the Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga started 5126 years back. And that's what we do. So, Shadvimshati Adhika Ekashatottara Panchasahasranam. Panchasahasra, 5000. Then Ekashata is 100. And Shadvimshati, that is 26. 5126 years back, Kali Yuga started. From there we have got to, as you know, there are 4 yugas, 4 eras we can say. And what is the name of this particular year? Krodhi. Our Jayaramanji last time beautifully explained what is the significance of the Yugadi, how this Krodhi is brought forth anger and all. So, the Western calendar is called as the Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar. So, the 4 yugas, all of you have heard. First is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, then Dwapara Yuga, then Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga has a long span. According to our understanding, it is 4,86,000 years. 4,86,000 years. Imagine. 486,000 years. Double that is Dwapara. Double that Treta Yuga. Double that is Satya Yuga. That entire 4 yugas form one day of Brahma. That is creator Brahma. Then Pralaya goes for another thing. One night and one day of Brahma Yuga. That is the long span which creation takes place. So that is the year. The year is the Samvatsara. So for each year we have given the name. So what are all the names? 24, 25 is called the Krodhi. Previous year, 22, 23, that's Shubha. Then before that Shobha, before that Sarvari, before that Vikara. Then we had Vilamba, 1829. So like that, further also 60 years, all these things have been named. So every year is named by a particular name, Krodhi. It signifies the special dimension for that year. Krodhi is the anger. So you must see that your anger is used to remove all your negative qualities that you have. Also somewhat will be removed. So in the Gregorian calendar, the individual months vary in length to accommodate the difference between the lunar cycle and the lunar cycle, solar cycle, with a leap day inserted every 4 years to ensure that a year is 12 months long. February 28, but once in 4 years it becomes 29. 1 year has been added. Otherwise every month 30th, 31st. January, February, March, all these things we know. So in the Indian calendar, each month consists of 2 lunar fortnights, beginning with a new moon and containing exactly 2 lunar cycles. To reconcile the differences between the solar and the lunar calendars, an entire extra month is inserted about every 30 months. Every 30 months, a Adhika Masa comes. One complete month is added on. This is the calendar that we have in India. Because the holidays and festivals are carefully coordinated with the lunar events. We always hear and make along with the moon, the lunar events. This means the dates for important Hindu festivals and celebrations may vary from year to year. It is not the same day that we have. It varies from year to year. Because it can come in March, it can come in April, all the things can happen. So it goes on varies here. When viewed from the Gregorian calendar, it also means that each Hindu month has a different starting date than the corresponding month in the Gregorian calendar. A Hindu month always starts on the day of the new moon. When the moon is setting up, then we have the new month. Then we have the Dakshinayana and Uttarayana. What are these Dakshinayana and Uttarayana? The term refers to the period when the sun travels southward. It begins with the summer solstice, which usually falls around June 21st in the northern hemisphere. During Dakshinayana, the days become shorter and the nights become longer. It is often associated with the night of the gods, the Hindu mythology says. So this period is considered ideal for spiritual practices. That is the southern thing, Dakshinayana. So Dakshinayana, in two words, thing. Not that sun is moving, but earth is rotating, therefore it looks that sun has come this side. That's the main thing. Then Uttarayana is opposite of that. This refers to the period when the sun travels northward. So earth is rotating southward, is moving, therefore the sun appears that is traveling north. From this side to this. This is north, that is south. So sun is moving northwards. It begins with the winter season, which usually falls around December 21st in the northern hemisphere. During Uttarayana, the days become longer and the nights become short. It is considered auspicious and is associated with new beginnings, growth, enlightenment, etc. Many important festivals and associated ceremonies are celebrated during this period, Uttarayana. Therefore, we have Dakshinayana and Uttarayana. That is, the sun moving from the north to the south and from south to the north. That is the movement that goes on. Not that sun is moving, but the earth rotates, therefore it appears that sun is moving. Both Dakshinayana and Uttarayana have significant spiritual and cultural significance in our country, influencing the festivals, rituals and practices throughout the year. They symbolize the cyclical nature of time and the universe, as well as the balance between light and darkness. How much of day, how much of the night we have under us. So therefore, it helps our growth and decay. Innings, growth and enlightenment, very important festivals are auspicious ceremonies are done in this. It's about the Dakshinayana, Uttarayana. Then we come to the word Ritu. Ritus refer to the 6 seasons or periods of a year, which are based on the changing patterns of weather and natural phenomena. These seasons are integral to Hindu culture, rituals, festivals, and daily life. Ritus. What are the Ritus? Vasanta Ritu, that is spring. Grishma Ritu, summer. Varsha Ritu, monsoon. Sharad Ritu, autumn. Hemant Ritu, pre-winter. Shishya Ritu, winter. So this is what we found in India, many places. But if you go to the northern part, these things are shortened. Only however you will see the whole 6 months completely dark in the northern pole. All 6 months is only sun. The whole day, 24 days. If you go to the northern hemisphere, say like Vancouver and then other places, you see that sun sets only by about 2 o'clock in the night and gets up at 3 o'clock. So 1 hour only is the night. That day, similarly in the winter, the sun sets very early, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and it goes whole night. Next day only, it will get up at 1 o'clock, sunrise. That is the thing that happens. And Tithi. Tithi starts from Yugadi, normally. No? We have got all these Tithis for the months. Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshtha, Ashadha, Shravana, Bhadrakala, Ashwini, Kartika, and Agarha Yantra, Paushya, then Magda and Falguna. These are the things. So this is Hindu calendar. How the sun, moon, sun, the complete picture of the whole thing brought forth here. Nakshatras are the lunar mansions in a sense in the Hindu astrology and Vedic astrology. The zodiac belt is divided into 27 equal parts, each spanning 13 degrees and 20 minutes of the elliptic circle. Elliptic is there, it is divided into 27 levels. These divisions are called nakshatras. Each nakshatra has its own unique characteristics, ruling deity and symbolism. So these are the names of the 27 nakshatras that I mentioned. Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Murgashira, Ardhapunarva. So these are all the 27 names of the nakshatra. Nakshatras means that particular portion of the nakshatra language. So this is a bit, you can see the 27 portions that are there. And each of these things have got their own speciality of that particular nakshatra. Every nakshatra has own this thing, has the influence on our things. Then each nakshatra carries its own significance in terms of personality traits, behavioral patterns, and life events. They play a crucial role in determining the various aspects of an individual's life according to Hindu astrology. If you are born on a particular nakshatra, you have certain tendencies of personality. That's all brought forth. When you are born in, say, particular nakshatra, where you have become, very bold. In another nakshatra, when you are born, you may be very intelligent. When you are born in another nakshatra, is a combination of intelligence and brilliance and creativity. You are born in another nakshatra, you may be very dull, you are lethargic. Another portion you cannot, you have like the different qualities are brought forth in every nakshatra. Depending on your karma, you come out and you are born in that particular nakshatra, which brings the karma to action. That such the karma comes into action through the prarabdha karma. That's how the nakshatras are. Then we come to the yoga. This yoga is not the normal yoga that we use in that sense. Yoga represents the combination of the positions of the sun and the moon. There are 27 yogas, each representing a particular combination of degrees between the sun and the moon. Sun is here, moon is there. What are the distance, what are the angle? Based on that, these yogas have been put. Like tithis, certain yogas are considered very auspicious, while others are considered inauspicious for different activities. So, yoga represents that particular thing in which when you do the particular action, it will be successful, that will promote those actions. So, these are the dimensions. So, what are these 27 yogas that have been brought out here? Vishkamba Yoga, Priti Yoga, Aishman Yoga, Saubhagya Yoga, Shobhana Yoga, Athiganda Yoga, Sukarna Yoga, Dhriti Yoga. Like this, we have got complete yogas, Brahma Yoga, Indra Yoga, and Vaidhriti Yoga. So, every day when we chant the Panchanga, you can see what is the yoga today. And each yoga has that particular thing. Today, if this yoga is there, then you are likely to succeed in whatever you do. Particular day, when you have this particular yoga, then you become very active all day. Like this, every nakshatra, every yoga has dimensions. So this all related to our brain activities and the influence of the grahas on the brain and other dimensions. Then the last one is the karana. Karana is half of a tithi. And there are 11 karana types. Each tithi has 2 karana types associated with it, creating a total of 30 karana types. Karanas are used in Muhurta astrology to determine the auspiciousness of a specific time for various activities. When you have to start this particular activity, we do the Bhumi Puja to find out what is the karana, what is the nakshatra, what is the particular thing. Everything you determine. When you do that, it will be the most successful. Depending on the type of action that you are going to initiate, you have to match all these dimensions. And that's what the entire dimension comes. So this is dimension related to this karana. Then karanas, as I said, are 11 in number. Bhava karana, Balava karana, Kaurava karana, Taitila karana, Ganada karana, Vanida karana, Vishti karana, Sapti karana, Chatuspada karana, Naga karana, and Imthupna karana. So these are all the karanas which have been used. Similarly, when we do the Panchanga, all these things have been mentioned. All the 5 aspects have been mentioned in the Panchanga. And each one of them represents the dimensions related to that. Then we have the weekdays. The weekdays, we have got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Similarly, in this thing we have Bhanuvara. That is, the Sunday is the sun day. That is the Bhanu. Bhanu is the sun. Then we have the Monday. That is the moon day. That is the Somvara. Soma is the moon. Then we have the Mangala. Mangala is the Mars. Then we have the Buddha. Buddha is related to Mercury. Then Guru is the Jupiter. And Shukra is the Venus. And Shani is the Saturn. So every Vara has a predominance of one particular graha that comes, starting with the sun. So this is the whole picture, which you are all familiar. Sun is the biggest here, and they have got the various dimensions. The moon, the Jupiter, the Venus, the Saturn, and everything there. And all these things are going down and around the sun. These are the dimensions that are there. These are the objects of the solar system which are there. So our Vara, every day, is related to a particular graha that we are doing this thing. And therefore, every day chanting and remembering this dimension of the Panchanga is going to help us. What are the special features relating to each one of them also has been brought forth in this particular thing which we chant. What is the thing we say? Tithi. When we chant the Tithi and understand the Tithi, then your wealth is going to increase. That day you have more profit in this thing. And Vara, Ayushya Vardhanam. It increases your Ayush, healthy days. Then Nakshatra removes all your papa. Nakshatra Harate Papam. Yoga, Roga Nivarana. Using this particular thing, you remove all your diseases. Karana, Karya Siddhi. That is success in action. Therefore, chanting every day Panchanga is recommended to bring about all these good effects to lead a very happy, healthy and wonderful lifestyle of growth continuously. Therefore, it is not, we are saying what is the calendar, today 25th April 2024, another thing we repeat the entire calendar of the Indian calendar, that is Panchanga. And that's the advantage of chanting the Panchanga. Therefore, I have introduced the Panchanga. And I hope you all remember these dimensions. And there is a huge dimension related to that, all described in Jyotisha. Jyotish is one of the aspects of Vedangas. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chanda, Jyotish. Jyotish represents the entire astrology. Through the astrological dimensions, all these things have been brought forth. It understands the whole of this astronomy and the related functions, the astrology related to that. Therefore, that is the huge knowledge base that we have. And now we are trying to bring about the scientific dimensions of all these things in this project, Varaha Vihara Advanced Center for Vedic Technology Research. And we have Dr. Ram Chandrabhatti, he is the director, he is an expert in this thing. So any detail you want to know, you have questions, you can always refer to Dr. Ram Chandrabhatti and then he will explain the things. So with that, we close today's thing, Shanti Mantra. Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Pasyetu Kabhakare Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Very good morning to all. As Guruji said, today is a Vishaka Nakshatra. Vishaka Nakshatra belongs to Guru. Today is also Guruvara. So double Guru impact. That means we are all going to get honor. Gurutva is the honor. Today we are all going to get honor some or the other way. So I am here to announce that what is that honor. A mother's tears cannot save her child's life, but your donated bed can save the child. You need not become a doctor to become a hero. But if you donate a blood, you will become a hero. Yes, our 190 students across all the institutions of our campus have become a hero by donating the blood. The camp conducted by your Narayana Vidyalaya, couple of days. So they are here to honor all the students and all the teachers here because of we have already applied. So I request Sri Banu Prakash ji to give a token of certificate to the principals of all the college representatives so that they will distribute the students later. So I call upon all the principals on the stage. Ayurveda, naturopathy, physiotherapy, nursing, yoga. Please come. Alok ji, Swati madam, Padmashri Didi. Nursing, any student can come, senior student, please come. Nursing, please. Let's give a big hand. So they will also give the memento to our register, sir. And one to the Guruji, Chancellor.